let's say you want to buy crypto, you want to sell crypto, you want to trade, or maybe some stocks or some other finance related website. So you go to your favorite website or wallet or swap site. So you access some link which ends up hitting a server farm here. At that server end, at the remote end, that produces a website which then you see on your computer, on your laptop. Websites are constantly being upgraded. If you've used MetaMask, say, for a length of time, you've noticed changes in what you see. Trust Wallet, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, exchanges, you see changes in the website. So developers somewhere are regularly updating their code and then publishing it or deploying it at some location, at some server, which then the next time you hit it, that URL with your laptop, you're getting the latest version. If you are a software developer, please don't come at me with comments, okay? I drew a very basic layered architecture. You can layer it any way you want to, but I'm just trying to explain something for non-technical users. So typically a software project, a website of any kind, just pick one that you know, is developed in layers. The user interface is essentially what you see, the visual stuff, followed by the business logic is what makes it work. You know, we're swapping this, we're sending that, we're receiving this. Networking, because we have to access the blockchain networks. Computations, because we have to do the private keys, we have to derive the addresses, we have to do math. And then security. No software project, or very little, almost is very rare, that a development team will write all of their own code, because there just isn't enough time to do that. Plus, supposedly popular, well-used, often used code, third-party code that provides certain features has been tested, it works, so why reinvent the wheel? Just as there are development teams that work on a software project like, say, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Simple Swap, what have you, an exchange website, there are other developers that contribute to creating third-party code. And supposedly they are always improving their third-party code, so they will upload a later version, a newer version of some third-party code that your main development team is using. So what happens if a malicious actor, a hacker, compromises the credentials, the accounts of one of these third-party software developers, right? Gets access to their account, takes the supposedly third-party code, inserts some malicious programming into it, and publishes it as the latest version, okay? And then, unfortunately, what happens very often is many development teams, the way their software building and deployment process works is that they don't do a comparison between the version that they were using and the newer version for changes. They just assume the newest version must be better. Great, let's automatically use it, download it, develop, publish it, and then you, the user, when you hit this website, you are now using infected code. So this is more or less what happened on September the 8th, 2025, that I think brought down almost worldwide the entire crypto market. You was recommended not to do any crypto transactions. And if you want to learn more about what happened, just go onto YouTube and type September supply chain hack, and you will find plenty of articles. Okay, so we have described a scenario that actually happened where somebody hacked the account of a third-party code developer, published malicious code, which then a lot of sites potentially downloaded it and published it as part of their website, and then you, the user, could have accessed that website and you would be running malicious code. I want to show you another scenario which is actually simpler, and it can result in the same problem and much worse. In this case, the web page itself that you're downloading, that you're accessing as a user on your laptop, is containing links to third-party code directly, and that could have been hacked, and I want to show you a little bit of that. Here we have a very popular swap site for crypto, right? PancakeSwap.finance. And just anywhere on the page, you can right-click your mouse and go and find View Page Source. I've already done that, so here's that tab, right? This is all the stuff that is on your computer browser at the moment if you were to go to that PancakeSwap site, right? So let's say I do Control F to search and I type HTTPS, and look at what came up. Now, it may be perfectly fine, right? Most of these, for example, assets, PancakeSwap Finance, nodes, PancakeSwap Info, most of these are from PancakeSwap itself, so you're hitting the same site. But here's one that's not. Fonts, gstatic.com. Fonts, googleapi.com. Here's another one, https googletagmanager.com. Here's another one, authprivy.io. And so my point is that when you're accessing a website, you have no idea what is going on behind the scenes, and you have no control over it, and you don't know if you're running malicious software.